Let's expand upon that conversation too, in particular about the humanitarian aid. Joining me now is Dahlia Al-Awqati, who is with Oxfam Canada Deputy Director with humanitarian aid. So, Dahlia, thank you for being here. Let's initially talk about this. We have heard about the hundreds of trucks that are going to start to hopefully make their way into Gaza here very soon. Take us through what aid is going to be first and how all the different needs for the people and the Palestinians there, how is that being prioritized?
Hi, Matt. Thank you for having me. Let me start by saying that aid is delivered both in the shape of services and in supplies. And so Israel's blockade and Titan siege since March 2025 has left the Palestinians in Gaza incredibly in really dire circumstances. And as we look today at the ceasefire, at the political agreement that's in place, we really hope that the conditions for principled, safe, and unrestricted humanitarian access will be in place for aid delivery through UN-led mechanisms. It's based on what's been happening in Gaza over the past 2 years. It's really hard to prioritize, but we know that people desperately need food. A famine was declared in Gaza City at the end of August. The conditions are expected to have deteriorated since then. So food, water, health, so medical supplies are all in dire need.
We know that the infrastructure in Gaza City and around the Gaza Strip has been devastated. There were some numbers that were saying 80% of it is gone as a result of this conflict. How challenging is that now to deal with, again, very little at this point, with the conditions right now when you're trying to deliver aid?
Well, it means a couple of different things. First, that we are having to rely on really emergency kind of first response, first phase type of interventions, making sure that we're able to do water trucking, making sure that we're able to deliver essential items in a very basic manner at the starting points. But it also means that things like roads are impassable, especially as we consider or we factor in the return of thousands of people to what used to be their homes in Gaza City. But the situation overall is really difficult, even once aid starts being allowed in.
Yeah, and I want to ask you about the people. We've seen the pictures this morning, Dahlia, of thousands. You talk about it, thousands. There's 1 million people that live in Gaza City or did live in Gaza City. When you have so many people trying to return to their homes like that, too, again, just walk us through what aid workers will face as they're trying to get people what they need in order to help them survive.
Absolutely. So a lot of the aid response in Gaza is actually dependent also on our Palestinian staff, first and foremost. They themselves are amongst the people that have been displaced. And so and they've been working through all of this. They've been working through 2 years of desperate and catastrophic conditions. And aid agencies will look at serving populations where they are, making sure that we are, again, getting, for organizations like Oxfam, getting water in, making sure that people have basic means as well. So the hygiene supplies are starting to start being received by communities, that families that are extremely vulnerable have access to cash so that they're able to buy items as they become available in the market as well. But it'll be a very fluid situation from a needs perspective and also from an assistance perspective for weeks, because as you said before, the destruction is so widespread. 90% of homes across the Gaza Strip have been destroyed. And so we'll also be looking at working with partners to make sure that things like shelter items are provided, that essentials of survival are met, and that we're able to move slowly, or hopefully fastly actually, from just essentials of survival to really returning to a dignified life.
It is a huge effort. Thank you to you and your colleagues. Dahlia Al-Awqati, Oxfam Canada Deputy Director for Humanitarian. We appreciate your insight today.
Thank you for having me.